Fitness back at it, checking long overdue. I don't think I've posted a video in the last 2 weeks. And as I've always said, when you don't see me posting videos, that's bad news. This is one of the rare times where that is far from the case. I have really been locked in. Um, the last time I recorded a video was my weekly weigh-in 2 weeks ago, Friday. I was 279.9. I did weigh myself on Friday. I saw my weight. I usually don't look at my weight because if I do, then I don't post a video because that's kind of what forces me to post a video. As I've said many times, I have a Garmin scale. I step on it, it uploads my information to the Garmin Connect app. I don't look at the scale. So it forces me to record the video. I do this because I want to be accountable and I want to document the process. But on Friday, I was really running late. I only had a couple minutes. My little girl had to, she was a pain in the neck, just dragging her feet, getting ready. And we had to do her homework in the morning. She got home late. She does competitive dance. She got home at 10 and we were working on the homework. It's 10:30 Thursday night. I'm like, you know what? I don't like you being up this late. Let's just get up early. And I tried to get up early, but was a struggle. She moves like a snail in the morning. So I checked and I take her to school, and then on Friday I was going to service. My car needed an oil change, so I knew I couldn't come back. So I stepped on the scale, looked at the scale. I'm gonna show the numbers, but like I said, this is one of the rare times where, despite the fact I haven't been recording videos, I've been making tremendous progress. Let's see what my weight is. I didn't record yesterday or today, but Friday. So there you go. Continuing to chip away at it. I lost 3 pounds since my last weigh-in. Actually, I was 279.4 pounds really, because I was 279.9. So I'm basically down 4 pounds in the last 2 weeks. Body fat still way above where I wanted to go. BMI is definitely what I'm focused on. You are clinically obese if your BMI is 30 or higher. So I'm really trying to make a beeline to that 29.9. I believe in my weight, if I get under somewhere between 260 and 265, I'll be at a 29.9. So that's definitely one that is, very, very high on my priority list. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I haven't been recording videos, but still took off 4 pounds in the last 2 weeks. So, tremendous progress continuing to be made. A big milestone I'm really trying to push to make by the end of this next week, which I'm basically considering the end of the quarter. I'm coming up on 30 pounds lost for the quarter, which is utterly amazing. I think about how frustrated I was in like January into February, and now the weight is really starting to fall off. Really just staying consistent, fighting my body, and I've been telling myself I'm gonna win. I'm on my CT Fletcher. I command you to shed. His was command you to grow, but I command you to shed these LBs. Still a long way to go, but I feel encouraged. As I've been saying, and everyone who's been following my channel is aware, I'm turning 50 on July 25th. I am really locked in on trying to come in under 250. That was my stretch goal. I just said I want to make significant progress. I'm like, if I'm under 270, when I came, I'm telling you, January 3rd, when I came back, I said, if I'm under 270, that's acceptable, just as long as I'm making progress. But, my big goals for the year were to try to get under 250 and to run the marathon. I'm saying I am reclaiming my health this year. I feel like 24 and 25 were just subpar years. I fluctuated around, but for the most part, I was between 270 and 290 in those years, and it's kind of a similar pattern to where I was for the duration of 2014 to 2019, where for the most part I was between 290 and 320. I never got under 290 though, never. But I got up to 340 in 2017, the year my daughter was born. A lot of change, living out of an Airbnb for the summer while this house was being built. We sold our house in Connecticut and moved down June 30th, and this house wasn't ready until the end of July. But everyone who we spoke to who's done new construction said plan for a buffer. So we had actually paid a mover to pack our stuff, take it, and come Labor Day weekend or the weekend before Labor Day, because I took off the last week in August. So we stayed in an Airbnb all summer, and I just ate out a lot and lived out of. I mean, I brought a suitcase, but most of my stuff was locked up in storage. Ate a lot of junk. Moved from New York to Maryland, had a baby. Just was a lot, and I really just kind of let go of the rope. That's the heaviest I've ever been in my life. But from 2014, when I got married, to 2019, that was the year I ran the marathon, I stayed in a range of pretty much 290 to 320. And it's like every time I got down to 290, I was like, oh, I got it, I'm good. And then I just took my foot off the pedal. And I've been doing that now. I've gotten under 270 a bunch of times in the last 2 years, like 3 or 4 times. I should say it was like 3 or 4 times in 2024 alone. I did it in March, and I did it at the end of the summer. Yeah, I can't remember. I feel like there was another time. It may have just been those times. It may have just been March, but I was like, I got into the 290s and I got under 270, and then I'm like, all right, I'm good. And then I just took my foot off the pedal. And, I said to my brother, I said to my boy Drew, I said, I'm not content getting under 270 this time. That was a big milestone for me last year, especially when I got there in August before I went on the cruise. I really want to get some separation from this range because I've been in it pretty much for the duration of 24, 25, and into 26. We're now at the end of March. I really want to get some separation from this weight range. I really want to start moving away from this range I've been in for the last 2 years. So, there's not going to be any let up. I'm going home to New York for the weekend next weekend, but I'm going to have my boy Drew with me. He's on this weight loss journey too. He didn't get balloon like he just, he's one of the fit people that, I gained 4 pounds and trying to trim a little bit. But, I told him, keep me honest. We're going to the car show next Saturday, and then we're gonna find a sports bar, post up and watch the Final Four. And I'm like, I'm responsible for everything I do. I never put that responsibility on anybody. But all I need to do is tell them, don't let me sit there and eat burgers and fries. And if I do, it's not your fault. It's my fault. But me putting it out there and me putting it out here, I gotta be accountable. I can have a little flexibility here and there. Last week, proud to say, I completed my race. I did the 11-mile race out in Virginia at William Forest Park, the Marine Corps 17.75, and I stayed in a hotel on Friday night. So clearly, I had like, what did I have? I had a hero from Jersey Mike's. I took that with me because that place is in the middle of nowhere. The hotel I stayed at. The race, I had to be there at 7. The race started at 8. So I took a hero with me, had that for dinner, and then it turns out after completing the race, my daughter had a dance competition last Saturday in Virginia, which was only literally 4.6 miles from where I left my car during the race. So I went from the race, tired as hell, probably smelling like death, to her. So I had Jersey Mike's on Friday, and then I went from the race to her dance competition, and I got there at maybe 12, and I knew her last dance was at 3, so I got McDonald's. So I didn't eat great at all last Friday and Saturday, and I still took off weight. I didn't weigh myself last week. So, there's flexibility. If I make mistakes, I don't have to be perfect, and I've been very honest about the stuff I've eaten. I really locked in on Sunday, and I also, one thing, I switched to a 5-2 protocol again. The alternate day, the 3 24-hour fast, it just feels like I'm fasting all of the time, which just can get annoying. So this week I switched to a 5-2 protocol, which I've done several times before. I was doing it a lot last year, where on Monday and Thursday I don't consume any food, so I do 2 40-hour fasts. So I did that this week. That may have kick-started a little additional weight loss. I don't know, but this is the first week I've done it this year. I've done it several times in the past, and I've done it for extended period, like 3, 4, 5 months at a time. And like once I get into a groove, it's fine. But I did do that this week, and I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna make a push to try to get under 302, actually 274.7 this week. So had a really clean weekend. The only misstep I've had is I took my daughter to dance practice on Friday. I was initially gonna go to this restaurant near me, Copper Canyon, and I was just gonna have a steak and spinach for dinner. But at 5:30, she comes and tells me, I need you to take me to practice. Mommy isn't feeling well. I gotta be there at 6:30, so we had to leave at 6:10. So I went, and she told me she was getting out at 8:30, so we were gonna go. I was gonna take her to Copper Canyon anyway, but little girl was wrong, and she didn't get out until 9. Her dance was supposed to end at 9:30. Of course, they stayed an extra like 10, 15 minutes. We basically left at like 9:50, and I was falling asleep. I have been up since 4:45. I got up early to do some work. I started working by 6 a.m. And yeah, so I went to McDonald's. I didn't go crazy. I had 2 McDoubles. And I had a can of Coca-Cola, but that's the only infraction I've had this weekend. Yesterday, got up, ran 2 miles. My boys Rick and LeBeau came out. The OGs of the channel know Ricky. Me and him used to lift for years. 2021, we started lifting until he moved 2 years ago. He still pops up every once in a while. He lives up near Baltimore, though. He's like a solid 60 miles. So he's been coming like once a month to lift. But yeah, ran 2 miles yesterday. We did a 2-hour hell and back session yesterday. I'm about to hit arms now, and then I'm going to do a 2-hour run today. I'm going to do the first hour, just whatever my body will take at the top of zone 2. I'm still continuing to work to build my endurance. And then I'm going to do a second hour at the top of race pace, which is 154 beats per minute. So I'm locked in. Clean eating today. Had my factor meals for lunch, had oatmeal. I'm about to hit Armageddon, 3 sets. I'm going to record a separate video for that, but I'm really locked in. I really want to hit that 30 pounds lost by the time I go to New York next weekend. But again, I'm not going to go crazy. And this is a short trip. I'm taking a train up Friday morning, and I'm coming back on Sunday evening. So short trip, but I don't want to go crazy, and I want to continue to make progress. I'm going to do my quarter end weigh-in. I'm debating on whether I'm going to do it Thursday or Friday, because I got to leave early on Friday. I'm on a like 6:30 a.m. train. So I'm like, I may just do my fast Monday and Wednesday and do my weigh-in Thursday morning, because I'm like, am I going to want to, is it realistic for me to say I'm going to get up at 4:45 and record my weigh-in video on Friday and I gotta leave by 6 a.m.? Probably not. So I don't want to not do it because it's my quarter end check-in. So I may just do my fast Monday and Wednesday and then just do my weight Thursday. But we'll see. But needless to say, I've been speaking for a long time. Nobody's gonna watch this but me anyway, so it don't matter. But I'm in a great groove. I want to hit 30 pounds lost for the quarter, so I'm gonna stay locked in. And we'll see where I am either Thursday or Friday morning. I'm about to record my Armageddon video. I got a bunch of footage from my race. I've been slow to do it because I've been very busy this week, and I probably recorded way too much video because I've got like 30 clips. I just kept recording and recording and recording. So that's probably going to take me a solid hour to put that video together. But the Marine Corps Marathon 17.75 is coming, but I'm in a good space. It's been a really lumpy and imperfect quarter, but significant progress. 30 pounds lost on deck. Let's see if I can do it by Thursday. For Reed Fitness, signing off.